Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co-host, Gerald from TarotStache. Hi, Gerald.
Hello, Jean. How are you?
I'm doing very well, very well. Happy Christmas week, New Year week, and solstice week.
Yes. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Mhm.
was Boxing Day, which I still don't understand what Boxing Day is, but I will figure that out. So,
Yeah, maybe somebody in the chat can help us out. I think it's, yeah, is it, I don't even know, where does it originate? In the UK?
I believe in the UK, but but I'm not sure. I should ask Richie for Long
There
Man
you
Tarot.
go.
Hey, there we go. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. Welcome in, everybody. We're still celebrating. I have my Santa hats on. I wore these when I was on with Allie, and I told her that a 12-year-old, a friend of my sister's daughter, makes these. She
Ooh,
makes them out of clay. She like stamps them out, and then you bake them so they get hard. And then she puts them on earrings, and she has all different motifs. And she's a little artist and a little entrepreneur.
I see that. That is great. That is great. And oh
Okay.
yes, I do have I did put my little
Oh my gosh. I
TarotStache sticker on.
I love that. You created those stickers?
Yes, I have those in my merch store, so purchase responsibly, know your limits, but it's just fun. It's just fun and silly. So it
So,
makes me happy.
Jill, do you know what they do on Boxing Day or why it's Boxing Day? She said it is a UK tradition. I, is it just to like have the leftovers and drink the rest of the champagne or something? I don't
Or
know.
box up everything. I it's a good question. So, but I do know that it's a traditionally day off. So
We were right. We were right. We were both right. The Brits used to put leftover food and put them in boxes and distribute them to the poor.
oh, very nice.
And I said, eat the leftovers, and you said, box things up.
There you go. We're it's like we're connected or something. Ooh, I just got full body chills. Something's going on. So
Very nice. Very
yeah.
nice. So, everybody, today is our mediumship readings with Gerald and Jean Day, and we will be offering messages to connecting to your loved ones for messages, especially during this holiday season. They do
Mhm.
come in close, and a lot of people think about their loved ones who have passed. So, if anybody would like a reading, I just ask that you kindly use caps and emojis so that it's easy to see. Make sure that you are here in the chat um, when your name is called. And just as a reminder that questions are chosen at random. So, Gerald, you were telling me a little bit about your glimmers, and can you tell us how the community can participate with your glimmer
Yes,
globe?
yes. On my channel, there is a playlist. It's a hashtag Glimmer Globe. And what I did, glimmers are those moments of feeling alignment with our mind, body, soul. Things feel right. We feel connected. And so what I did for 22 days, I actually collected glimmers in my little jar here, my and I posted a video every single day about that. And people are able to email me pictures of their glimmer globes or whatever they used by Sunday. And what I will be doing is I will be creating a short little video sharing that with everyone. And it was really really fun. Jeffrey, my husband, got me another jar that I think what I'm going to do, Gene, and this just in, this is a SunPsychic Gene exclusive. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video every week of the glimmers that I've collected that week, and to encourage people to pay attention um, to where they're putting their energy and what they would like more of. So
That's
yeah.
wonderful. I think that's a wonderful, beautiful, brilliant idea, Gerald, and we all need it.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I love how our community is all together here. Hi, Kevin. Kevin Lewis, medium. He's coming in to give us those medium vibes. And
Mhm.
all of you here too. Moonchild, Rooted Willow, Leah, Hypnicity, Jill Sinanan, Susan, um, Emily, and Sherry. All of you guys, you all are here to help us raise our level of consciousness, our the just raise it up and go into that alternate state of consciousness where we can focus and connect to your loved ones and to your energy. And that it's almost like there's like a there's like a vibration or a wave that is when we're here and we're kind of focused on our everyday and this now moment is one level of consciousness. And then when we raise our consciousness, it's almost like when you let your eyes glaze over and you're like
Mhm.
focusing on a intention, this or a meditation, or even just like a daydream. When you daydream during the day, and you know how your eyes get caught and you can like turn your head, but your eyes get caught. It's
Yes.
really just that simple. It's just a next level of next state of consciousness. So all of you here who come here and help us together raise our consciousness, raise your consciousness, and we all work on this together. And this type of energy is a quantum energy, which means it transcends space and time. This is how we can connect to your loved ones and connect to you no matter where you are around the world. And it is, that's the best way I can explain it. And it is something to practice and to work on, but I'm sure each and every one of you who are here has had that type of experience at one point in time in your life. And if you worked on it every day and you practiced with it every day, you would be able to get into that other state of consciousness in that quick of your intention.
Mhm.
Um, how
Yes.
about you, Gerald?
Well, and I do think this is that quantum energy, that energy that transcends time and space. It's also a very powerful energy of communication, not just with those who have passed, but those who will be, as well as for me as someone who I do a lot of magic and I do a lot of healing. Part of what I do when I do healing is I send that energy back in time to when what needs healed started to begin, so that it can take the power and the energy away from it. And so there's a huge there's simply being here and watching helps. It helps you, it helps us, it helps everybody who is watching. It adds to that beauty and that energy and that buildup. So
I agree. I agree. There, it's on that similar wavelength, and the your intention and the quantum field is accessible to all of us, and
mm,
more and more so. You know, I think that like I said, we've all had experiences of our own, but now it's becoming more and more likely, more and more frequent, more and more accessible, and it just seems like things are speeding up and happening to more of us more on a regular basis.
yes, I
So,
think it feels like it's becoming acceptable to have those experiences instead of them being discounted, which I think is, for me, is very important. There's a validation about it. I think parents are saying to children, instead of, oh, you're crazy, they're saying, oh, tell me about that. What did that feel like? It's really powerful.
yeah, I have a friend who has a website on highly sensitive children, and she developed it because her child was talking about his past life and saying that you're not my only mommy or something. I honestly, I don't remember the exact incident that happened, but because she couldn't find help for her son, she developed and built a resource, and yeah, for highly sensitive children, and the the development and how important it is, and how to talk to a child that has these experiences. I thought that's a good reminder. There's a reason why she's coming up. And Miss Akila B is here. Hi, Miss Akila. I hope you're feeling better. And and Lori is here. So nice to see you. Moonchild, I'm not sure if I called on you. Nice to see you. Okay. So what do you say, Gerald? Now, was there like an email or something for those glimmers? I'm sorry, I went off when you were talking about the glimmers. How do people email you the suggestions?
Send me your pictures to TarotStache at Gmail. And I don't need to see the glimmers. What I am looking forward to is seeing the containers and what people use. Because one person has actually used something that's going to be hanging on her wall with beads hanging down from it. Somebody used something that would normally hold cards at the holidays. It has stuck their glimmers in there. Really, really neat. So, and somebody had said that their time with the holidays was filled with glimmers around their grandchild. I love that. That's a really, I just want people to make a choice of where to put their energy, because in the world where there's lots of things going on, it's not discounting anything. It's okay. Where am I placing my energy so that I can tell the universe I want more of this? Because then I can really I can manage things. I can feel supported. So
and it raises our vibration, and it helps us to focus and hold on to that vibration. I'm going to look up synonyms to frequency and vibration, because I say that every show. Yeah. So, yes. Leah said, my time with my grandson was filled with glimmers. Oh my gosh, aren't they just scrumptious?
Yes.
And Jill wanted to follow up and validate that. She said former colonies followed the same bank holiday on Boxing Day, so Christmas was always a 2-day affair, but no longer box leftovers. Many charities do pre-Christmas donations. Yeah. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So that brings us up to date.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things that this is A Christmas Carol is my favorite story ever written. It really is. And I read it a couple of times of the year. I also, it's a great opportunity for us to go, oh yeah, this is what it's like, or what it could be about being human and helping each other, because then there's greater reward in that. It doesn't have to just happen this time of the year. It can happen anytime. So I think that's great. So
Emily, would you mind putting in just one person at a time? That would be greatly appreciated. And let's go ahead and start with Lori. And Lori said, I would like a message from my dad, Michael. He passed on 5/5/15. Wow. Oh my gosh.
okay, I'm just going to start, Lori, because and he loved numbers. Lori, what I immediately got a picture of is your father. I don't know if you put up Christmas trees or do any celebrating with that. He was struggling with trying to get a tree up without having needles fall on the floor, and he was frustrated that this was happening. And he's like going, pick up the needles, pick up the needles. The needles are important. And so I'm, is this something that Lori, would you have put up Christmas trees or wreaths or something like that? Because it feels like he's pointing at the importance of these needles on the ground.
I should have asked if you guys were here first. Oh, she is here. Okay, she said
Yeah.
she loved numbers. Does
You could jump in if you want, because
okay. Oh, she hit. Okay, here. She said, we once had a Christmas tree catch fire. After that, we had artificial. That right?
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And was he thin? And I see someone wearing a hat, and I keep feeling there's something. Oh, there was something about smoke, and it could be that the fire, but I don't know if he was a smoker. But he's, and I'm checking with my pendulum. This feels a bit like Michael, but he's reminding you of the importance of. He's always worn hats and did smoke cigars. Okay, he keeps pointing to the needles and the importance of picking up these needles, so that there is. It's like he's saying, all of it, do pay attention to the little things, because the big things will take care of themselves. Then it's almost like, don't let these small things pile up, because then it's hard to pick. It's hard to it'll be much more of a struggle. So if you see a piece of trash on the floor, pick it up instead of waiting to actually need to sweep the whole room. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. So Lori, your dad is a little bit eclectic, I feel. And he's showing me like romanticized images, and it's hard for me to tune into him. He's showing me things that are either around you or around him, or he's showing me is he's showing me a horse on the beach. And it's a gray horse with a black mane, if you could imagine this, like very romantic and just galloping on the beach. And I do feel as though he was an artistic gentleman, in the sense that he loved just creation and creating um, things and images and stories. I feel like he either liked good stories or was a reader. And he told me, as Gerald was saying this, he showed me a trench coat that he loved to wear a trench coat. I don't know if he loved, he'd shown me a trench coat. And what I got was Columbo. And that's when you said he liked to wear hats and smoke cigars. So
Oh,
he's showing me like these random images, and I'm trying to tune into him, but he's like sort of all around him.
he was a good storyteller.
Okay. Oh, well, he's telling me a story here, Lori, because I'm like trying to pin down. I'm like, okay, tell me about you. Tell me. But he's like sort of like, but he loved all this. He loved the the romantic and the romance and the drama and the in the creative sense,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to get to him. So he's still doing this on the other side. And he's saying, never stop dreaming. He said that it is the spice of life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though he was much more intelligent, and he may have had psychic inclinations, but maybe not realized it. I feel as though he had very vivid dreams that he would like to, that maybe he just thought was normal, but I think it was very vivid dreaming, very connected to his own soul. I feel like he was like passionate. He was a passionate man, and maybe had difficulty blending the passion with the responsibility of everyday life. Um, I feel that he enjoyed life, and what's that Dolce Vita, the good life, live the good life. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
he ever said that to you. Um, but he was a little bit eccentric, but very, I mean, you know, as much as a dad could be, he was, I think he loved to dabble in both. Like his
Mm-hmm.
being his responsible father type. Oh geez, he was married 4 times, she said.
Mm.
Oh, and he did have so much fun. Yeah.
And I also think it feels like he was a guy he was a person who noticed details, because I keep seeing these needles, and Wisdom Seeker Joan had mentioned that perhaps the needles are the details. And he noticed details. And if he's a good storyteller pays attention to the details that make a story come alive. And I'm wondering if he wants you to feel alive. He wants you to start this. He he wants you to have this grin on your face when you're drinking a cup of your favorite beverage that nobody can see, but it makes you happy and it shifts the energy around the environment. There's this feeling of he's reminding you of, there's a lot to be there's a lot for which, there is a lot to be grateful for. And part of that is noticing the silly ways that you could put all of that stuff together. I'm not living up to my potential. Well, you said it, I didn't, but he's agreeing with you. he's now I see Columbo, which is great. Love me a good Columbo. But he's now trying to talk in the Columbo voice. I'm just like going, I'm not going to be able to do that, but it's almost like he's saying, how's that working for you, kid? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Look, Lori, it is important for all of us. We're all independent and we have our own lives to live. And it is, don't be too hard on yourself, and be kind and have grace for yourself. We're all on the same journey as to, she's saying he was a jokester too.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So he has this this vibe, this passion for life, this, do what makes you happy and go and, change life and do what makes you happy. And he may have bucked the responsibility end of it and just went on total happiness and bliss, which, and there's no place to judge here. We're just saying that for you, you may be a little bit more on the reserve or responsible side, because you saw sort of what it could be if we didn't focus on our responsibilities. But your dad wants to make sure that you never stop dreaming, and to do what makes you happy, and try and be kind to yourself. Give yourself a little bit of grace. He's a wonderful man, and I'm telling you, he really enjoyed his life. He wants you to know, and he just wants you to enjoy your life in your own way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 And he's like going, she got it. Gene, you nailed
Okay.
that one. So he's like going, yep. And he sort of sauntering away, and he's of course picking up a pine needle, just to remind you to notice the details, and it's the small things that have the joy.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Lori. And this is just a beautiful example of, we never know what the personality of the individual coming through, and we have to just say what we see. You know, for me to see that that horse on the beach with the gray horse with the black mane, I mean, that was just so romantic, so dreamlike, so, you know, and it was. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with this guy. Why is he showing me this? And you said he loved to tell stories. I'm like, oh, he's telling me a story. He's painting this for me. And then once we sort of tap into that energy and you recognize some of the things that we might be saying, then his energy sort of comes in closer like a magnet. And we can feel him and we can feel the message that he wants to share with you. So this is a beautiful display or example of your involvement, your participation in the mediumship process in order to help to develop the message there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So thank you very much, Lori. All the best to you and your father, Michael. What an amazing individual. So is Moonchild here? Is Moonchild still here? And then or Diana. Is Moonchild or Diana still here?
You're welcome, Lori.
Okay, thanks, Moonchild. So Lori gave us a beautiful example of participation. So hang in there. And Diane's
here.
Okay, yes. She's here too. Thank you.
Perfect.
So she said Janie, her best friend. Oh my gosh, Moonchild. I'm just really very sorry for your loss. That felt like it was sort of pushed down and hidden away, and now it's all bubbling up. I can feel you. And it's really hard. And there's that connection. I feel like it was like a soul connection that you two had. Obviously you were best friends, but there is that soul connection that you have this longing and you always think of her. And it's almost like you question how the connection could be so strong when she wasn't even, a sister or a mother to you, but you have that strong connection. I do. And we all say that the souls have lifetimes together, but there is a soul recognition. She was very much your support. What are you getting there, Gerald?
Well, I'm getting. It's funny. I can tell you're watching me get some stuff, and what I'm hearing from Janie and Moonchild. I don't know how long ago Janie passed, but Janie is actually, she's looking up from this book on a couch where she's got her knees up to her chest, and she's actually saying, you should be moving on a little bit more instead of waiting for me to do stuff with you. She's almost this, she's doing this so lovingly, and she's criticizing me because I did not share that with enough support. She's like going, Gerald, I love this woman. And Moonchild, it's a very she needs you to, or she wants you to stretch a little bit, take a breath, and allow yourself to feel the feels. Because when you feel the feels, she's part of you. She's around you. Part of the feelings that the two of you developed, there are times when you each would see something and you'd call each other on the phone and giggle about that silly thing that happened 30 years ago. This energy is, it's, she wants it to come forward. She wants it to be more prevalent in your life. She passed in 2012. I had a baby 2 months before her passing. Okay. So your baby is 24. Wow. So Moonchild, there's a 2022. Yeah. There's this there's a heaviness feeling about you as it relates to Janie, and she wants that to she wants you to lighten it up a little bit instead of it being a weight. It's these are wings, these are feathers that lift you up, that allow you to touch your child's life in a way that your life wasn't touched. She's making sure, she's encouraging you to have this sense of wonder and the silliness and the let's go have popcorn just because there's popcorn. I'm not sure if that's making any sense. What do you have, Jean?
Well, I do feel as though she hasn't missed anything in your or your child's life. I do feel, and this was that deep sense. I feel like it was a trauma for you that you may not have processed yet, but you know how they say we're an onion and we process things in layers. And this is coming up as another layer for you now that your child is of age and you can go into that feeling and mourn again. And it's not surprising to go through and to express those. You can write them, you can scream in a pillow, you can talk to her loudly. Like now you have this safe place and you have the ability to know that this is something that you can express. And it's almost like you were not able to mourn because you had the baby and you weren't able to feel that, and you thought that she was missing all of this, and it was like a double trauma tragedy. But I feel like this is not PTSD, but I think that this is just leftover grief that needs to come up and be expressed. But she wants you to know that she hasn't missed anything in your life. She's been right beside you, and I love that wings. And she wants you to let go of the burden, whatever the burden is, whether you didn't call or you weren't there or you didn't know, or you wish you would have invited her. Whatever it is, we always have things that we wish we. It's not your burden. She's saying she doesn't want you to carry that anymore, and she wants you to let it go, and she wants you to. I feel like she's here taking care of you, and you want to be able to. She doesn't want you to be in pain because of her passing. She wants you to let go of the pain. So she doesn't. It's almost like you wouldn't want to blame her. You wouldn't want to suffer. She wouldn't want you to suffer through any of this because of her, because of what happened to her. She understands the feelings. She understands the longing and the missing and the would have wishes, but she doesn't want you to carry the dense, heavy burden energy. She's asking you to give that back to her and to let it go and to live your life knowing that there is an afterlife, that there is continuing communication together, that you can communicate with her. And I'm sure you do. And but I do still feel like this. I feel like you talk to her and you invite her to birthdays, or you I don't know if you've released balloons with her name on it, or you tell your child all about her. But I feel like you have these times where you feel like you're connecting with her, and then you have these times where it hurts you deeply. And that's just us going through that grieving cycle. It comes in cycles and it comes up again. So, and right when you said it, I felt like the heaviness, the hurt is still there. And it is, we will always wish that they were here. We will always, our love, that heartache of separation, but it's not, she doesn't want you to carry the pain or the burden. There's like a balance there. Oh, she's her oldest godmother. She's the godmother of your oldest child. Ah, I see. Okay. I see.
Moonchild, I got an image of brushing someone's hair or braiding hair. I don't know if Moonchild, this is something that you did with your friend Janie, but this felt very, very comforting and very healing. So I don't know if that's something that the two of you did together, or if you could brush your child's hair, or your child could brush your hair. So but
if you can't think of it at this moment, maybe later it'll come to you. You'll be like, oh, that's what Gerald was saying.
No. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And or maybe something will happen in the future, and you'll be like, oh, just keep an open mind. And yeah, she said she was her soul sister. Yeah. Very much so. And she's honored that you called on her today. And she just wants you to know that she's always by your side, and she knows how much you miss her. And she has not missed a moment of your life. You guys are always connected, and she'll be there when your day comes, not any day soon. And yeah, you'll be together again. How lovely. I love that.
Thank you.
Oh man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we tune into your energy, and I felt that right in the. All right, I said Diana was next, and if we have time, Dawn V. Diana says she would like a message from her grandmother, Onis Mia, or her uncle Saul. Is it Wansima? How would you pronounce that, I wonder? Diana, do you have a phonetic spelling on that?
Yeah.
Is it Wansima, or is it Onisima? Okay. You're welcome, Moonchild. All right, Diana, her grandmother or her uncle. I do feel your grandmother coming through first. I do see her tying her hair in a bun or back somehow. She has her hair pulled up and pulled back. I feel like she is quiet, yet very intelligent, and like she's very wise. She would give you words of wisdom, but she was not sort of outgoing or flamboyant. It would be like grandma, like, wow. a little bit of a surprise. I feel like she had tragedy in her life, and she almost understood the rule of, say things only if it's necessary, only if it's kind, and only if it's appropriate.
Mhm.
I feel as though she had her own, not rules, but her own way of following a tradition. But she was a little secretive too. Like, you always wondered a little bit more about her life. Didn't talk about her earlier life too much. She was a little bit secretive, but she would come out with this wisdom, with this information, and that would be really attractive to you. I do feel as though she took you under her wing, and she saw you as almost like a protege, or somebody who would be able to, um, she really wanted to send you the blessings and be around you as much as she could. I'm not sure. Um, Diana, does any of this make sense to you so far? Am I with the right grandmother?
Yeah, let us know, Diana. Because I am getting that she had a lot of life experience that she didn't share because she felt it wasn't relevant to the now and the future. So, Diana, if you can let us know. Okay. Yes, she
Yes,
was.
she was. So it does sound familiar. She's sending you lots of love, Diana, and she wants you to know that she still has you under her wing, and she wants you to know that she's there for you, to support you through the trials and tribulations. I feel like you're going through something that is heavy on your heart as well. Some changes or some things that are unable to, you have no control over, and that is breaking your heart. And she is there with you because she feels sort of like, she's familiar with that. She understands that type of feeling. Um, is it your mom's mom? Because she's talking about your mom. She just wants you to know not to compare yourself to anybody. I'm not sure if your mom doesn't see eye to eye with you, or if she's even here still in this world. Or if there's something going on with mom, something that's breaking your heart with mom. She just wants you to know not to compare yourself. Don't try not to beat yourself up, and to take it with a grain of salt. I'm not sure what this is. How about you, Gerald?
Well, I was getting this is your grandmother was a woman of great intellectual power. She is my grandma on dad's side. So your grandmother has a lot of intellectual power that she did not share, and she had these moments of quiet. I don't know if she got up early or if she, once everyone was gone from the house, she sat quietly. There's this feeling of this is what helped her organize and to collect her thoughts and her power and to figure out what she was going to do next, how she was going to approach things. And I agree with you, Jean, the idea of do not compare yourself to anyone else because you are exactly who you are supposed to be. Uh, um, it would be advisable not to waste your time from the things that you have going on for yourself. So
Yep. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much, Diana. We appreciate you being here. And Dawn, let me see, is Dawn still here? Did she say hello? Dawn, if you're still here, say hello. Yep, Dawn's here. Okay. So Dawn said, does her grandson, born on 8/3/23, have a message for you? He was just here for 23 days. His mom, my daughter, had preeclampsia and suffered an anoxic brain injury. Oh my gosh. I am so very sorry, Dawn.
yes.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I don't know if this is any consolation, but you know that her life was spared. Her life was spared, and it's usually, I mean, it's often deadly, can be often deadly. But what's your daughter's first name, if you don't mind? We'll try and connect with your grandson Phoenix's soul energy. And some of this, Dawn, and it does look like you may be Taylor is your daughter's name. Okay. Some of this may be difficult to, I feel as though you do have awareness and spiritual awareness. And you do understand that sometimes we come into this world with a contract or an agreement with another soul. And we agree to live many different types of lifetimes. He's saying, don't worry about me. He's saying that he'll be back. I feel like he'll be back in your life or in your daughter's life again. He's saying he'll be back. And Phoenix, I love that name, Phoenix. Phoenix, are you here with us? Yeah. And he's watching over mom, and is mom going to be okay? Is she going to be able to live a full life? Yeah, she's going to be okay. And are you coming back? Are you coming back into Taylor's life? Are you coming back into Taylor's life? No. Are you coming back into Dawn's life? Or will you be back? So he may be a different grandchild or a come into your life in a different way. But I do feel as though he wants to let you know that he is okay. He is whole, and he is vital. He is happy and joyous, and he's almost saying that one had nothing to do with the other. It was almost like he's just saying like a calamity of errors. He's saying that I'm not really, he's saying that it's a very sensitive subject, Dawn, as you know, but he's saying that I feel like one thing had nothing to do with the other. For some reason, he's saying that, yeah. What are you getting there?
I keep getting from Phoenix that this was exactly what he needed for him, and he appreciates that Taylor provided this opportunity. He's concerned that she's not recovering as well as she could. But Phoenix is he's okay, and moving through what's going on, and is concerned that there's some stuff that he can't help with. That doesn't make any sense, Phoenix. Yeah. So, and Dawn said you're raising her 9-year-old daughter Freya. Some powerful names in these kids, Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful names. But the I think Phoenix's message, I get it. I just had my daughter moved to a better facility. Okay. So it feels like Phoenix is only able to provide to provide certain level of support, but he is actually okay. It's like he's calling on other angels and other helpers. He's trying to go, okay, you got to help this. You've got to help Taylor. You got to help her. So it feels he's wanting to offer you some support, Dawn, and support for your daughter. And he's actually he likes that you checked in with him. You wanted to find out from him. That made him very happy. So, but yeah, Dawn.
So in the very beginning, I said oftentimes this type of condition is deadly, and her life was spared. And I wasn't sure why I said that, but now it's making more sense that it you wouldn't it would have been harder for you to deal with losing them both, and that her life was spared so that you had her to love and take care of, and her daughter still had her to love and take care of, and that you two together will forge a union to help Taylor. And I do feel as though she will have some improvement and some there I feel like her condition will improve, and I don't see Phoenix feels to me like he had nothing to do with it. It was almost like he was a joyful, loving, unconditional love angel that came into this world, spent 23 days, and now he's a unconditional love angel again, and he will be back in your life. And I do feel as though he's watching over mom as well. There is a I don't want to say a lesson, but there is a deeper meaning, and maybe search for a deeper meaning in why this is not why, but what is it that we're here to learn from this situation? That life comes in all different packages, all different scenarios, all different conditions and situations, and to focus on the miracle of life and the love that is felt between family members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for your situation there, Dawn, and for dear grandson Phoenix, but he's just given me total bliss, total happiness, total bubble angel. Like he's just really, really high and loving, and really just says, I didn't have any, like one had nothing to do with the other. I feel like he didn't, I don't feel like he had any idea, or that he just said one didn't have anything to do with the other. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I'm glad that you did move her to a better facility. And she says, I'm in tears. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're very welcome.
Mhm.
You're very welcome. And you will bond with dear Freya, and Freya will be so strong uh, in her adult life, taking care of you, taking care of her mother, and having this. It's almost like, and it's not any, we would not wish this, but it will build her character and her compassion and her awareness
Mhm.
into a different level of her life. And it will strengthen Freya, and it will not weaken her. So just so you know. And she said, Phoenix definitely brought the family together. I came from Georgia to care for Freya. Yeah. Mhm. Good.
Beautiful.
All the best to you, Miss Dawn. Oh my gosh, such heartbreaking situations that we're
Yeah.
Spirit is leading us to.
Mhm.
Did I say who was after Dawn? Let me see what. Oh, we're right at 55. Do you have time for one more,
I do have
Gerald?
time for one more.
Do you,
Absolutely.
would you like to choose? Would you like to maybe
Sure.
mention somebody?
All right. Let's see.
And just let us know if you're still here. Gerald will let us know. Tell us who's next.
Um, is Rooted Willow Readings here? Message from Grandma Melton.
Rooted Willow, are you still here?
Rooted Willow Readings.
I saw her recently. Let's just see if she pops in. Mm-hmm. She's probably like washing dishes or something, you know.
Yeah.
Or just took a big bite of a sandwich.
Yeah, big bite of a sandwich.
We
And
know
that
you guys are not. She's here.
she is here. Okay, so that one
She's here.
was would like a message from my grandma Melton, please.
I'm picking up somebody who was a strong individual. I feel like she was independent in her life, and I'm not sure if she was either widowed or divorced, or if her spouse had, like maybe was a trucker and on the road all the time, or had long hours at work. I just feel her being independent and sort of having to take care of a lot of things herself. I feel like I feel like she liked to look nice, but wouldn't be too frilly. She liked to dress up. I feel like she was a churchgoer, but she wore like Sunday best kind of things, and then regular casual clothing during the week. And I don't know why this is important, but she's just telling me that she was sort of like just your everyday type of woman, but she'd like to dress up from time to time. Um, I feel as though she liked to cook, which I know this is a grandmother, and grandmothers like to cook, but she's just showing me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she's saying that she loved her friends. I do feel as though she was social. She lived in a social environment, whether it was friends, neighbors, coworkers, churchgoers. I feel like there was a commonality between, like, almost she never met a stranger. Everybody, as soon as you would meet her, she was your friend. Like she was very
Mm-hmm.
open and generous. Um, does this make sense here, Rooted?
Rooted
Uh,
said, widowed. I was 9. He was in the army. He was in Army. So, because when I immediately checked in, what you were saying, Jean, works well with what I'm getting. There's this. She was standing in a room. She was. There's a whirlwind of activity around her feet. It felt like these were either children that were running around her, puppies, animals, or chickens or something like that. It was one of those things that it was like a whole lot of activity. And while she feigned that she didn't like it, she loved it. She was the center of this energy. I'm wondering if she she took care of children, that she helped, was a daycare, where she took in a lot of kids. But there's this whirlwind of activity around her that
she said absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So she didn't meet a stronger
stranger.
Okay, stranger. Yes. Yeah. Taught Sunday school. Okay. And I think this is that, if you're the message is, in that chaos of all of that whirlwind, it's an important thing to remember that in that moment you can be the calm and you can enjoy that, because all of those things that are whirling around you will recognize that, and it will give them a sense of what that looks like and what that could be like. Share it, giggle a bit about when these, wow, that's an unexpected thing. How are we going to fix that? Let's have some fun. Let's do that and sort of lean in. And I just, she's really centered in this whirlwind. I keep getting the whirlwind of everything. So I think it's it's a very powerful image. And so she's very well grounded. And she was a rock for herself and the family, and for the people that she came in contact with. People felt good just by sitting near her in church. So,
yeah, the church needed her. She didn't need the church.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And she said that you're strong. You're a strong soul, and that your beliefs and your, she's saying like convictions, but she's saying like your intentions, your beliefs, and your prayers carry far and wide, and never to give up hope, or to give up the, don't resign. Don't resign. And she's not saying that to resist, but she's saying, hold on to your strength, hold on to that power, that light, and that power that you have inside of you. And she's saying, use that. She's saying, you'll have to dig deep, but use that. She said, it is there to be used. Don't save it for later. Use it. That now's the time to use it, is what she's saying. Yeah. Wow. She said, makes sense. Trying to find the calm in the storm I am in. Not a bad storm, but definitely change things up. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a powerful thing that you've said. It's not a bad storm, but it's definitely changed things up. Therein lies the power that your grandma had. Well, this is what we have now, and using the power and the wisdom and the opportunities to move through it, because that's the only way to get through it. Wow.
And I think this is a good reminder for us all that we have this light, we have this strength inside of us, and now is the time to call on it. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until things. Reach into that self-empowered strength that we all have inside. And now's the time for us to utilize this and sort of, link arms and to gather together, just like we do here in this community. We gather together to build our strength to, when one of us is a little weak, then we get held up. If somebody else is feeling a little weak, then we hold them up. It's a community effort, and none of us is an island. We don't stand alone. We all need to rely on each other and to dig deep into that place where our empowerment is, and now is the time to use it. So that's what she's saying. She's an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, wise woman, and very courageous. And she just loves you to bits. And I feel like she was a force of nature and a force in the family. And what a great loss. And when her day was there, but I feel like it was more of a celebration of life when she did finally cross. And there was like, there's a what a beautiful life and well lived. People really honored her and respected her in life and after passing.
She's actually telling me to remind you that you were part of those whirling dervishes around her feet. And so you brought her that joy, even though there was that chaos. You were part of that, and she is part of you. So as you are, making adjustments to be aligned to yourself, but also to give your mom the space and ability to stay calm as well, resilience. Yeah, that's powerful. Wow.
Yeah, lovely, Rooted Willow. What a beautiful woman and a strong woman. And so thank you everybody for being here, for asking your questions, and for connecting with your loved ones. It's a wonderful time of year, and it's always a wonderful time to connect to our loved ones. And my heart definitely goes out to all of you. It was a needed show today. I understand that some of the information was quite heavy to deal with, but thank you all for being here. And Dawn said she appreciates how you both handled the information coming through, as the situation is rather sensitive. I'm going to schedule an in-depth section in the coming weeks. Okay, very nice, Dawn. Very nice. Thank you. And Rudy Billow says thank you. Yeah, Wiki says powerful show. Yeah, and it's about. It's that time of year when we have, all the feels, all that cycle of grieving comes up again, and we all feel it again, and it all reminds us all the memories. But it's important to feel it and to move through it.
Yes.
Wonderful. So don't forget to send your pictures of your glimmers to Gerald, and how you arrange and hold on to your glimmers. And Gerald, are you tell us where you're going to be next and where people can contact you for a private reading?
People can contact me for a private reading through my email, TarotStache@gmail. I will be with the Cool Crone Oracle tonight doing some readings. And then I have some shows lined up for next week. So do like and subscribe. Verify that you are subscribed to both of our channels, just to make sure that you don't miss the lives. And we do enjoy you watching the playback, because I do a lot of playback watching, and it's great. It's great. So what about you?
And did you tell him how to get you for a private reading?
Oh, yes. TarotStache@gmail. Send me that. Yeah.
Wonderful. And I will be on with Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, and that will be loads of fun. And you can also reach me for a reading at sunpsychicgene.com. And I'm also having a winter special right now. And the details are below, and you can find that on my website as well. But thank you so much, Gerald. It's a beautiful time that when you and I get together to do this in-depth mediumship where we go through and we allow the time and the development of the connection with your loved ones. And hopefully you all can see that sometimes a quick little 5-minute answer, we can get like an essence, but it really takes time and development in order for us to sort of figure out what they're trying to tell us, especially the very first one, Michael.
Yes.
I mean, a horse on the beach. I was like, what is he showing me?
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful example of somebody expressing themselves and sharing something about themselves that maybe I didn't understand, but it's important to share this. So, and I know that some shows or some may expect like a really quick answer, and it's fine just to get like an overview, but it's really important to get this in-depth information as well. So
I
was there
agree.
anything else?
I agree. I think that's wonderful. And so, yes, I encourage everybody to pay attention to our community tabs because we let you know where we're going to be. So if you want to show your support, that's one of the great ways to do it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Gerald. Thank you, everybody. And we appreciate you all being here, and we look forward to seeing you again. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.